Welcome back to the Flower Garden. My name is Lisa, and for today's Mindset Monday video, I wanted to talk about the reason I decided to stop being so much of an activist and how that helped me shift my mindset to a much more positive mindset. In A New Earth, Eckhart Tolle talks about the power structures that keep our minds in a very negative state. So things that lead to war, things in politics, all of those very heavy topics that lead to a lot of bad in this world. As a teenager, I did some online school for 1 year, and I discovered feminism and other activist issues. I started really looking more into that, and I started really caring about those things and voicing my opinions about those things and being very passionate about the injustices that people were facing. And when I read A New Earth, Eckhart Tolle talks about the power structures, such as the ones that I was working so hard to fight against: the patriarchy, racism, the wealthy, the 1%, all these things that are believed to keep us down. In the book, he talks about how when you fight against the power structures and you create this resistance, you are actually giving it more power, because you are affirming the reality that is, we are oppressed. There is injustice and there is bad in this world. And when you're constantly repeating that, then that just keeps reaffirming that reality and feeding those negative things. So as someone who was an activist and was very ingrained in that community, it was very difficult for me at first to realize that what I was doing was actually creating more harm than good, because I had started shifting my belief that what I think and what I affirm through my words, through my thoughts, through my beliefs is going to become the reality. So if I'm constantly saying men are awful and men are oppressors and abusers and men are bad, things like that, then obviously I'm going to continue affirming a reality where the men around me are going to be that way, are going to oppress me, are going to be bad to me, and are going to create this reality where I'm not equal. And the same thing goes for money, and constantly thinking that, I'm being kept down, I'm not in my full potential, I'm never going to make as much money. And even then, we're taught that making more money and being rich is evil. Money is evil, and that's going to lead to awful things. And having these negative beliefs is only going to affirm that reality. So no matter how much you want equality and you want good things and you want a society where people are equal and treated the way that they need to be, you're not going to achieve that by constantly affirming a reality where that is the reality. So what do we do? What do we do in these instances where we start realizing, oh, these beliefs are actually very harmful? Well, what I started doing is I started to instead, in a way, just not give those problems any of my attention. No attention. And instead, I put my attention into volunteering, into promoting events that I see, good events that happen in the world, and saying, hey, look at this awesome stuff that's happening. Look at all of the women in Congress. Look at all of the, efforts that are being made to eradicate climate change. These issues that I'm very passionate about, I stopped focusing on the negatives of it and saying, hey, look at this really shitty thing happening. we need to make this shitty thing go away. But if I'm constantly saying, hey, look at this shitty thing happening, we're not going to get rid of the shitty thing because we're still talking about it. It's still going to exist. It's just fueling the problem. In a way, the answer is just to focus on the good. To focus on the good, because then the good gets better. If you focus on the bad gets worse. If you found that helpful and you found that interesting, click that notification bell, because in the next video I'm going to be talking about why we forget who we are and why we can't remember that we are these higher consciousness beings. And if you want to learn more about shifting your mindset, the law of attraction, the soul journey, then make sure you check out these videos right here. And until my next video, I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a good day. Love you. Bye.